Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we began our second journey in Kanto, and we wasted some time actually getting to Peter City, and we also defeated Brock and got the Boulder Badge. In this episode, we're going to head over to our next destination, which is of course going to be in Cerulean City, and we've actually been over in Cerulean City once, but that was just to recover that machine part that the Team Rocket guy sold, but we're going to be going back over there for reals this time, and see if we can battle Misty, and hopefully, find her somewhere, because the gym was totally empty the last time we ever got to her. And here we are on Route 3. There's nothing but trainers here, and there's also not much else going for it, like no other items to do. And also, you probably remember the youngster that bragged about shorts. He's also not here either. That probably would have been a nice callback to for him to actually come back and just brag about shorts, but nope. He didn't come back. So it's kind of sad and kind of a missed opportunity, honestly, because, you know, he says those shorts are comfy and easy to wear. But yeah, because of that, then this route is very short, you know, considering how much smaller Kanto is. But there's just about like 4 trainers that are. And there should be one more trainer of interest that's up there that has a Pokemon that that actually took all the way till Kanto that we've for us to see. And also, I had to go ahead and revive Iwata there because this fire breather just when used, well, he has coughing use self-destruct, and so that managed to knock down Iwata. So yeah, that's actually what happened during that battle. Because you know how those coughings just love using self-destruct. So let's go ahead and head a little further up north here, and there's one more fire breather. We talk to him here, and of course there's just battling. Separate him. Take a look. Take a look away. Your Pokemon. He has a couple of Pokemon at his disposal, his disposal. Ones that, well, of course, he's gonna start with coughing. And there should be another one we got to see. And then just going up there is where we'll get to Mount Moon. So let's go ahead and well, actually, here's something interesting that happens. I'm having I want to use dig, and then that coughing just decided to go and use self-destruct. But fortunately, though, since what is underground, then he was able to dodge the self-destruct. So that's actually a good breather moment. Alright, so here he's going to send out Slugma. This is a Pokemon we have not yet encountered because it's a Gen 2 Pokemon. It took us all the way until Kanto for us to have our first encounter with Slugma. And people forget that it's actually a Johto Pokemon. So yeah, that's our first encounter with it. Slugma is a Pure Fire type. It's pretty good with I would say special attacks or something like that, but other than that, though, it's very slow. And in fact, its evolved form that we'll be seeing later is rather tanky, but also rather slow in the uptake. Not sure where else to find Slugma, so there we go. And so we're at Moon, and oh! Hi, fuckbag. What the hell are you doing here? Give me the answer, Tyler, now we'll show you. Okay, so apparently fuckbag is in Kanto as well, and he somehow tailed us and followed us here. Fucking stalker. Alright, so of course, so we have another battle against fuckbag, you know, because he just had to be here, and so now we just had to battle him, and going to be using the same exact teams as he had last time we fought him in Victory Road. So yeah, and I think the same kind of teams will still have the moveset. So the seasonal having Quick Attack, Screech, Feint Attack, and Fury Cutter. So I guess not much has changed with his team, but I figure just in case for this full-on guide for this fight, then I might as well just talk about the movesets that he currently has right now. He's got a Feraligatr next, has moves Bite, Scary Face, Rage, and Water Gun, so yeah, also kind of the same thing. Also, you may have noticed, like when we were about to enter Mount Moon, that there's like a very small square space right there. Not only that though, but there's no Pokemon Center there either. Yeah, you remember there used to be a Pokemon Center over the right next to the entrance to Mount Moon. Well, now it's gone. And yeah, once again, space limitations, but I'd like to think that somebody must have torn the Pokemon Center down because they're like, you know what, fuck you. We're just gonna go ahead and give you a much more miserable time, considering how supposedly Kanto would have been so much harder. So we're gonna no Pokemon Center for you. Although that begs the question as to how they as to why they still have that Pokemon Center near Rock Tunnels. So see, yeah. But yeah, I guess because of the space limitations once more, then they just had to get rid of it. So there we go. But then again, though, you might have seen that Mount Moon actually does look a lot different than how it looked beforehand, like back in Gen 1, in terms of the layout. And he's got his Magneton up next, has moves Sonic Boom, Thunder Wave, Thunder Shock, and Swift. But, you know, it's just pretty easy at this point because, you know, since just having to use one little Flame Blow right here. And I believe next is going to be so Golbat. So hasn't evolved to Crobat just yet. Well, we'll already just see it eventually. So Golbat still has the moves Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Bite, and Leech Life. So yeah, I guess aside from talking about the movesets here, there's really not much else to say about. Oh, and of course Golbat that managed to use Confuse Ray, because I guess it was faster than Lemos somehow. But yeah, I guess there's really not much else to say about this fight, or at least anything else in general, aside from just having to talk about the moves here. And I forgot to use the Bitter Berry on Lumos, which is actually the berry that cures confusion. But unfortunately, though, it hurt itself in its confusion. So so yeah, I had to go and just use the Bitter Berry. I thought I was going to get lucky enough to actually have Lumos actually attack the right target, but nope, it was a no-go. So I might as well just use the Bitter Berry since my item inventory might be getting a little full right about now. But, oh, god damn it, use Confuse Ray once again. Fuck. Ugh. Yeah, there's just nothing to say at this point about these fights, so, I wanted to try to make sure to keep the commentary as interesting as possible, but like there was just nothing else going on. We're basically just stuck in this fight because he just happened to be here, and so he just had to go and challenge us. So I will say that his sprite actually looks different. I mean, he actually has a different pose this time around when you're Kanto. So I don't know. Maybe it's because of his quote-unquote character development or something like that. I don't know. And he's got his Gengar still. Let's see, Gengar has moves Shadow Ball, Curse, Mean Look, and Confuse Ray. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really have nothing to say right now because you know we're just stuck in this rival battle for like just randomly, and it's gonna be over pretty soon after his Alakazam. I mean, at least it's still pretty challenging in a way. But yeah, the Alakazam has Recover, Future Sight, Disable, and Psychic. So so yeah, like I said, it's really not much different from last time to say movesets. The only difference being just with the different levels and whatnot, and so your Pokemon will still get experience from all this. So anyways, now Pokebag is done and over with. You won fair and square, I admit it, but this isn't the end. I'm going to be the greatest Pokemon trainer ever, because these guys are behind me. Listen, Tyler, one of these days I'm going to prove to you how good I am by beating you. Yeah, sure. You're still a fuckface anyway. I mean, at least he's, I mean, you'd say on his dialogue that he's, at least learning to appreciate his Pokemon more, so, I mean, there's, that kind of development going on, but he's still a jerk-ass to you regardless, so, yeah, I still don't like him. Anyway, so I'll talk about Mount Moon here. So yeah, Mount Moon looks very different. Remember how much of a labyrinth it used to be back in Gen 1? Well, now they've actually scaled it so... They dramatically scaled it down so much. You know, once again, because of space limitations. And actually, interestingly enough, that never gets changed at all in Heart Gold and Steel Silver. It still has its very same short layout. Even despite the more... Even despite having been on more advanced hardware like the Nintendo DS, so it's still kind of weird in a way, but yeah, like even though despite the turn on Mount Moon, it just still shrunk it down. One thing interesting though is that they actually added an entirely new area, part of Mount Moon, that did not exist in Gen 1 somehow, so I don't know how it appeared. This is Mount Moon Square. It has like some different music here. It has that shop where you can just buy some souvenirs. The one interesting thing about it is that if you go over to the Mount Moon Square at night, and only on and if it's Monday night, yeah, it has to be Monday night we do this. You'll go over to the central square there, the central garden that's there, and you'll see and you'll witness a bunch of Clefairies that are dancing, and so we can say a cutscene will happen, and then they'll notice you, and then they'll run off, and then they leave off a Moonstone, which you can use that to evolve Clefairy into Clayble, Jigglypuff into Wigglytuff, or the Nidoran, or the Nidorinos into their respective Nidokings and Nidoqueens and stuff like that. So, so that's actually the one interesting thing about it. But yeah, just like with Gen 1, it'll be the same encounter. It's also the only kind of location where you can find a Clefairy. So if you ever want to find a Clefairy, then well, then there you go. I believe it's the only location to find a Clefairy. And then catching that, of course, you can just breed that Clefairy to receive an egg and to hatch into Cleffa. And of course, the same I was going to say for Pikachu. where like if you just catch it over in Route 2 or right by Viridian Forest, then you can just catch it if you want to breed in, and then just breed into to get a Pichu. I had to go back over to this area here because I was pretty sure there was a hidden item there, and sure enough there was. There was an Ultra Ball. So now in Route 4, which of course we're pretty much almost there over to Cerulean City. And, oh, and also, yeah, this girl actually managed to block this entire area right there because I was just about to go over there to see if there's any items, but nope, she just, I went into her line of sight, and so she blocked the path, so I wasn't able to get in there. She couldn't get out of the way, so this beginner here has a furret. Ooh, furret. Well, I never thought we actually just, you know, wait until now to actually encounter it because furret is the evolved form of Sentret, and, basically, I think I've already explained a little bit about Furret. I can't exactly remember what level Furret evolves from Sentret. I'm pretty sure it's like somewhere in the mid-20s. Furret, you know, once it evolves, but then once you find some better Pokemon, then, I mean, you can probably just do away with it in the PC box, but I would say it's definitely good for some kind of for an HM slave that you want to do, because that's usually what the commons are for, like, you know, with Rattatas or the Sentrets. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Furret. And of course, she's got that, or sporting that Rapidash right there. But, yeah, that's just about all I can say there is about Route 4. You know, it's still a bit of a short route, but, you know, we waste no time just getting into Cerulean City, so, as we, get done with this fight here. Just a fair warning, guys, yeah, at the moment, my commentary is going to be a little slow because, you know, I, don't really have much to say at this point, you know, since I've already explained so many times about how small Kanto was getting, there's this item that's right up there, so let's go and, we have an HP up, cool, so we're going to just raise the HP. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I'm having a dyslexia again, but, yeah, this is where I go ahead and use the HP up on Aerosmith, because he already has the lowest amount of HP at the moment. Alright, so we just jumped on these ledges, and we don't see any sign of Cerulean Cave. We'll actually see it in a bit there, but yeah, I remember how this used to be a one-way route there, because, you know, in Gen 1, once you hop down those ledges, you can never go back. You're basically stuck in Cerulean City until you get done with this one section of, well, at least until you're able to access Diglett's Cave and Vermilion City, but that's like after you get the Cut HM. Yeah, you remember that back in Gen 1, where how they just locked you out of the other locations like a Pal Town, and you can never go back there ever again. Yeah, I remember when I on one of my first playthroughs of Gen 1, where like you know, I get locked out of that, and I was like, well, I want to go back to Pal Town. What happened? Why can't I go back? I'm sure it must be frustrating to a lot of players, but in this case, you know, it's I mean, it's really not much of a big deal because we have Fly anyway. Alright, so we're back here in Cerulean City, so let's go and explore this place for real this time. We had this girl on our Slowbro. You actually remember, you know, back then where this Slowbro was being rather disobedient and rather rebellious, showing confusion. Probably still doing that at the moment. Okay, well, I guess he's still a rebellious little shit. Let's see here. I was actually reading the gym site. It was supposed to be like it was supposed to go like next to the gym, but it actually just the actual Cerulean City sign was just like next to the gym itself. So thank you, fan of Cerulean Gym's Missy. That's good to know there. So yeah, even after doing the machine part side quest, Missy is still not in her gym. So we actually had to find her, and she's somewhere at the moment. So we want to challenge her for the next badge. We're gonna have to find her. See, there's a notice here. The bike shop has moved to Goldenrod City in Johto. So yeah, that very same bike shop that's which is what it is right here in Cerulean City. That's you remember how the guy moved over to the branch in Goldenrod City, and he wasn't doing very well, and so that's why he gave us a bike. So yeah, that's you see there the bike shop has been completely locked in, and it's been relocated. So this house right here, I believe this is a guy where he actually traded him some Pokemon. I think you trade him over a Kangaskhan or something like that, or well, there's that Kangaskhan that's right there, but I can't exactly remember what Pokemon he had that he wants, or the kind of Pokemon that he wants you to bring him to trade over. Yeah, we're collecting Kanto gym badges. That was a guy who checked on the gym badges and that you received in only in Gen 1 though. But talking to him here, he just simply just asks you to just collect the badges, and he's talking about the Cerulean Cave that's up north, like after the Nugget Bridge. Friendly retrieval place, Cerulean Police. So yeah, this house right here. So this is actually the same house that was previously robbed by Team Rocket. There's a guy who actually, I remember how he trashed the place back in Gen 1. And this guy here actually gave you a gave the TM for Dick. Well, actually no, the Team Rocket guy gave you the TM for Dick that was stolen from that was stolen from the guy. Yeah, this is the same house, and I see they've repaired this place here. They kind of did change or change around the area a bit for Cerulean City. It's where we don't have to go through the house for the shortcut. So let's see here. There used to be a cave here that had horribly powerful Pokemon in it. So yeah, if you saw right over this way, we'll actually we'll get to it once we actually surf down there just to talk about that. But he's saying something about this item finder that's respawning right now. Yeah, there's actually supposed to be a hidden item that we begin to. So I guess in order to find Misty, we have to go to north of Cerulean City and go through this Nugget Bridge. Yeah, this, you remember the Nugget Bridge that had those trainers? They're actually not on the bridge right now, but they are somewhere else that we'll hopefully we'll see pretty soon. So we surf down over this way, and then basically we're going to where the Cerulean Cave used to be. Like you guys remember the Cerulean Cave, and it had it's actually where we caught Mewtwo. Well, if you go over this way, you can see here that Cerulean Cave is gone. So yeah, once again, space limitations and all that, but it's actually because, but it's also because, like, you know, in game, the little kid over there explained that that the cave itself has actually collapsed, and so because of that, it's no longer accessible. But you know, in real life, it's actually because of the space limitations. But yeah, if you surf down over this way, you get this item, you get this little hidden item called the Berserk Gene, and it's actually supposed to be a reference to the Cerulean Cave itself, or at least with Mewtwo, because the Berserk Gene is supposed to have it's apparently supposed to be a cell like coming straight from Mewtwo. What it does is that I think it's supposed to be a hold item to where what it does is that it actually boosts up 2 stages of the physical attack power, but it immediately causes confusion all throughout the turns. So in a way, it's kind of like what Outrage would be, which is something that was introduced in later gens, I think, or I think it was in oh, actually yeah, it was in later gens, but yeah, that's actually what the Berserk Gene is. It's basically raising the attack, but it causes the user confusion. So because of that, like, you know, it is considered to be a bit of an OP kind of item there, but I would say because of that and because of how it keeps on confusing your own Pokemon, then one thing about the Berserk Gene is that it only appears in Gen 2. Like after Gen 2, they completely cut it off. So because I don't know, probably because of those frustrations or complaints about it. But yeah, because of that, then yeah, the Berserk Gene is exclusive only to Gen 2. It doesn't appear anywhere else. But it's actually there though as a reference to Mewtwo, or how it's supposed to just come straight out of it. So anyway, so we're over here, and I'm showing out these battles here is because these are so this is basically supposed to be a callback to the Nugget Bridge trainers in Gen 1. Only this time they've actually moved over to the northern side, like over in Route 25, I think. I think it's Route 25. And so basically they're back. Only this time instead of 5 trainers, there's actually 6 trainers, and probably a couple of additional trainers that they had to battle as well. They say that if you beat 6 of those trainers, then you'll earn a prize, and we'll probably see. Well, of course, obviously, no, there could be it actually could be a Nugget that we'll be getting, because you know it was after the Nugget Bridge. And so basically, I'm actually going to show those off though, because that's also what I did in Gen 1, where I shot out the Nugget Bridge trainers. So of course I'm going to show them here as well, because that's actually what they are. It's actually it is a callback to it. So. Anyways, a couple of new Pokemon that we haven't encountered yet. We have Wigglytuff that is very well known for how high its HP is, and also it's also the evolved form of Jigglypuff by well, you know, since I already explained how you evolve Jigglypuff to Wigglytuff of the Moonstone. And the next up is Granbull, is the evolved form of Snubbull. Granbull does look pretty beastly though, and I would say it's pretty good on attack as well. And yeah, like I said, Granbull does become a pure Fairy type starting with Gen 6, which is actually you know something that's very much which is very much of a step up for the Snubbull line at least. But I want to say Snubbull would evolve to Granbull at least in at least in the mid-20s, I think, but I can't exactly remember because, I mean, you know, for one thing, I've never even used a Scramble before, so yeah, that's kind of just a limit on that one. So yeah. I do want to say this, that, you know, even though I'm actually showing off the Nugget Bridge trainers at the moment, I'm actually gonna, this video is only gonna be stopping at the 6th trainer because like, at this point, I already recorded up to 30 minutes of the gameplay footage, and I didn't really want to go over time, so I figured I'd just go ahead and just be the 6 trainers, and then just do the rest in the next episode. So over there, I could at least explain that that we beat the that we're battling the Nugget Bridge trainers, and then we just finish things off. But yeah, we're mainly here in the first place, just so that way there we can find Misty or wherever she is, because you know we need to challenge her. We need that second badge, so of course we need to find her. But because of that, we actually had to just go and battle those trainers anyway. So yeah. And, I guess there's, yeah, I don't really have much to say anymore at this point. After you talk to them, though, they always say the same exact things. Like, they'll say, you know, I did my best, I have no regrets. Yeah, that's the only thing they'll say, so. And, here's also a bit of a dick move right there. They place those trainers here, like, you know, right within their line of sight. So after you defeat this last, the game will just take you straight over to the next trainer, because, you know, because of the fact that you're in their line of sight. So honestly, kind of a dick move there, especially when you want to try to go prepared and all that. I think if we were playing Heart Gold until Silver, they placed those trainers in the same position, then that would have that actually would have given us a double battle, which, you know, at least I'll just get that out of the way. But, you know, since double battles are not a thing until Gen 3, then we're just stuck on to defeat her first, and then just having to battle this next trainer, like, back-to-back. So yeah, in a way, kind of a dick move. Although, I probably would say anyway that double battles can take quite a long time, regardless. I mean, and granted, though, this is actually the kind of discussion that I'll talk about once we do get to Gen 3, because, you know, since it's actually the one of the biggest new mechanics for Gen 3 itself. But well, especially, you know, since I'll be doing Emerald, and you know that game just loves double battles. Actually, you know what? Especially this, I would say the Shadow Pokemon games. Oh god, you know, Colosseum and XE: The Yellow Darkness. Those games are fucking notorious, where it has nothing but double battles. Like, you know, it's at this point that that developers somehow have some kind of a fetish with double battles, and so they just say, hey, why not do the entirety of the game double battles? And that's why Colosseum honestly just tended to be so much of a drag. Like, you know, I mean, it's been such a long time since I have actually played Colosseum. Because, like, you know, when I was playing it just, I don't know, it really drags so much. Because, like, you know, it didn't really feel interesting to me either way. So, I mean, I wasn't really that much of a fan of it. And I did play a little bit of XE: Yellow Darkness, but then I kind of put the game. I mean, those were originally my games. I actually borrowed those from a friend of mine. But when he let me borrow XE: The Yellow Darkness, I played for a little bit of it, but then I just gave it back to him because like, it was kind of reminding me a bit of a Colosseum, and just it was got me to think that that's probably just gonna drag as much, because I felt so worn out of Colosseum because of it. So yeah, it's been a long time after that. So I guess it does seem kind of like kind of a bit of bias, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. There just wasn't much to say about it. But what I actually was thinking, though, was that once I actually do get to Gen 3, now the thing about it is, though, I actually was thinking of getting to replay Colosseum and XE: Yellow Darkness at some point. And yeah, totally not now. I don't want to battle you right now. So can we not right now? I'm kind of in the middle of this here. Anyway, so I actually was meaning to try to go back and replaying Colosseum and maybe just actually playing XE: Yellow Darkness, and the reason is because, you know, and I know a lot of guys, those of you who are not real big fans of those games either, as much as I wasn't. I'm pretty sure some of you guys would be going like, why are you doing this to yourself? And, you know, the reason is because, like, I at least want to get some practice into it again, because I actually was thinking that, like, whenever we get to Gen 3, like, you know, obviously first I'll be starting off with the with Emerald, because you know I just have to do the main kind of game for Gen 3. But what I was actually thinking though is that after Emerald, of course, I'll be doing the next couple Let's Plays afterwards that are from a different franchise. But after those, I actually was thinking of doing a Let's Play of Coliseum and XE Yellow Darkness, like, you know, while we're actually still in, like, before we actually do get to Gen 4. But yeah, I actually was thinking of doing Let's Plays of those, you know, since those games are supposed to be considered the side series, and they're actually, they still play similarly to the main series, only just having to go around with double battles. But it is definitely one of the more well-known kind of side series, or at least the spin-off games. Unlike with all the others, and a lot of people have done Let's Plays of it, like, you know, even Chuck Connery did those Let's Plays of those games. So I was actually thinking of doing the same thing as well, like, you know, after Emerald and then a couple of those other games, and then I would do the Let's Play of Coliseum, and then after a couple more Let's Plays, then that was going to get to XE Yellow Darkness. So yeah, I was actually thinking of doing that, so that's why I wanted to replay those games, just to get some practice in. And then that way I can actually just do a Let's Play of it, because that's something I was thinking about for a long time, you know, since I might as well do those. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and reach a stopping point here, because we've already battled those 6 trainers, and then there's supposed to be a little more, but I'm going to reach a stopping point because I was already at the 30-minute threshold. By this point, I didn't want to go overtime. So anyways, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, we're going to finish the Nugget Bridge, well, even though we're not on the Nugget Bridge, kind of a trainer challenge, and hopefully we'll find Misty. So I will see you guys next time.